Y'all, today we are making Thanksgiving food and I'm so excited because this is my favorite holiday because of the food. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make a delicious Thanksgiving entree that can easily replace the turkey, even for meat eaters. They're gonna love this. We're also gonna be making a couple of side dishes, a soup, and an incredibly easy side dish that you will not believe. It only takes like no time to make, but it's delicious. So I'm gonna show you how to make all this to make your Thanksgiving even more delicious and more fun, and of course, fully vegan. This video is sponsored by Califia. I used 2 of their products for the recipes in this video. That super easy one I told you about, this pumpkin spice creamer, and I also use their toasted coconut almond milk, which is absolutely delicious, even just drinking it straight from a glass. But it's also really good in soup, I discovered. So let's get started with our first recipe. Mock turkey is fine for Thanksgiving, but I much prefer this hearty lentil loaf because it's made with nutritious, wholesome ingredients and it's super delicious. Start by dicing an onion, mincing some garlic, and dicing 2 stalks of celery. All the essentials for any good Thanksgiving entree. Then shred 2 carrots to make 1 cup. And mince baby bella mushrooms. They're gonna be so good in this loaf. And we've gotta make a flax egg. Simply combine 1/4 cup of ground flaxseed with water, stir it, and let it thicken. This will hold our loaf together. Saute your onions, garlic, and celery with a pinch of salt. And once the onions are soft, add the carrots and mushrooms. Followed by fennel seeds and thyme. Also some black pepper. Cook until the carrots and mushrooms are soft, about 10 minutes. Add cooked lentils, chopped walnuts, nutritional yeast, the flax egg, and breadcrumbs. Stir well to combine it all. Then scoop all of that into a baking pan lined with parchment paper. Use a spoon to pack it in there tightly. Before it goes into the oven, we'll top it with a glaze. Simply mix ketchup with balsamic vinegar and spread that evenly onto the loaf. Bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. So I'm super excited to share this lentil loaf, especially because this is a recipe from my cookbook. Make sure you go and buy it. Link is down below. There's so many other Thanksgiving recipes like stuffing, slush filling, or however you call it, and collard greens and different soups and different desserts. It's amazing, so check that out. I tell you, this lentil loaf is my favorite. The mushrooms and the lentils, and so perfect. And I know we didn't make these greens on camera, but I do have another video showing you how to make your own greens. They're nice and smoky and tender. Your family won't even care that they don't have any meat in them because they're just as good as that other stuff anyway. Very good. I'm all full. So in addition to these nice savory dishes, I also have some amazing vegan Thanksgiving desserts, because you have to have dessert for Thanksgiving. For me, my favorite thing is always sweet potato pie, so make sure you check out that video and recipe. But I also have pumpkin pie, pear tart, even pecan pie. So make sure you guys check that out because I'm telling you, it's just gonna make your Thanksgiving so much better. Now we're gonna make a super yummy butternut squash soup. Start by peeling, seeding, and cutting a medium butternut squash. Then core and chop a Granny Smith apple. Lastly, slice half of an onion into fat chunks. Toss the squash and apple cubes with oil and then spread evenly over a baking sheet. Add an unpeeled clove of garlic. That will come in handy later. Then coat the onions in a little oil and place them onto the baking sheet. Sprinkle on a little sea salt and bake at 375 degrees for about 45 minutes. Now we're gonna turn that into a creamy soup using the califia toasted coconut milk. Add the roasted veggies to a warm Dutch oven, followed by 2½ cups of vegetable stock and 2 cups of the toasted coconut milk. Don't forget to peel the garlic clove before adding it. Bring it to a simmer and cook for 10 to 15 minutes. Remove that from the heat and let it cool until it's safe enough to blend. If you have an immersion blender, you can blend it right away. It should not be boiling hot if you're going to blend it in the blender like I am. Blend it until it's creamy. Serve hot and top with a drizzle of the toasted coconut milk, pomegranate molasses, pomegranate arils, pumpkin seeds, and a bit of parsley. I always like to have a good soup to start off my Thanksgiving, and this one is absolutely perfect. It's so good, super good. These recipes are obviously perfect for Thanksgiving, but you can eat them anytime throughout the season because obviously they're very seasonal. But I like to make the lentil loaf and the greens, actually all this stuff for my meal prep because it's really good leftovers, it's super delicious and hearty and very nutritious, so don't just save it for Thanksgiving. Our last dish is mashed sweet potatoes. Poke holes in your potatoes with a fork and then coat them in a thin layer of oil. Place them on a baking sheet or skillet to bake for 1 hour. I've been using the califia pumpkin spice almond milk creamer in my daily rooibos chai, but I discovered it's also the perfect addition to sweet potatoes. Scoop out the flesh of those gorgeous baked sweet potatoes and then mix and mash them with a few tablespoons of the pumpkin spice almond milk. You could also use the toasted coconut milk we use in the other recipe, but just be sure to also add some pumpkin spices and a little bit of maple syrup. Garnish with a little bit more pumpkin spice, some chunky sea salt, and pomegranate seeds. This is like candied yams, but a lot faster to make. Perfect. Hope you guys enjoyed these Thanksgiving recipes, and of course, I hope you make them at home. If you're anything like me, you will not be able to wait for Thanksgiving to make these, so just get started today. Make sure you have all your ingredients. Thank you to califia for sponsoring this video, and of course for having delicious, creamy, non-dairy milks and other products. Check out my other video I did with them, guys, where I made a delicious tangy tzatziki sauce. It's so good, and you serve it on top of the sweet potato falafel. You definitely need that recipe, so I will link that video down below as well. But remember, all my other Thanksgiving recipes are linked below, as well as a link to purchase my book, as well as the other YouTube videos where I share other Thanksgiving recipes. So if you've been confused about what are you gonna make for your vegan Thanksgiving this year, how are you gonna impress your family who maybe is not vegan, make sure you check out those links down below. And all the recipes for this video are also gonna be in the description box down below, so check those out. And I'll see you guys next time. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.